These are both white pigment inks. One is from Hero Arts and one is from Ranger. The Hero Arts one has a sponge type pad, and the Ranger one, the Distress Ink one, has more of a felt type pad, so it's a little bit more firm. With the foam type pad, you've got a lot more give to it, so you want to make sure that when you're inking up your stamp, you're just lightly tapping it. You don't want to press into it firmly, otherwise you're going to use up way too much ink, and you're likely not going to get a really clear image because of the excess ink. Once you've stamped it down on paper, you need to make sure to either heat set it or let it dry without touching it. Pigment inks tend to stay wet for a little while, so you want to make sure that you don't accidentally rub it or put your hand on it, because it will likely still be wet for a bit. But because it does stay wet for a bit, you could also put embossing powder on top of it. I would probably put white powder or clear powder so that you could see the white ink underneath it. I'm just demonstrating here with some black powder just to show you that it does stay wet and that powder does stick to it. If I put clear or white on here, you wouldn't actually be able to see it on the video. To heat set the ink, you want to use an embossing tool. An embossing tool emits heat. It doesn't necessarily blow air, and that heat is what sets that ink. Once you have it set, you can rub it or you can use different techniques with it, and that ink won't move on you. Both of these pigment inks are great. I find that the Hero Arts one is just slightly brighter than the Distress Ink one. So depending on the type of effect you're wanting, you want to choose your pad accordingly.